We now have video of the police shooting and killing of 12-year-old Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice was playing with a toy gun in Cleveland, Ohio. Police shot and killed him, saying that he refused to put the gun down when they asked him to and waved it around when they approached, and that because it did not have the orange tip on it that designates it as a toy gun, police assumed that it was a real gun. However, we now have the surveillance video from the park, Cadell Recreation Center on Cleveland's west side. The police have a lot of explaining to do because the video does not corroborate the police story whatsoever. Also now, questions of why police refused to give Tamir Rice first aid. It was not until an FBI agent showed up, who happened to be in the area 4 minutes later, that any attention was given to Tamir. Let's look at the video, pay close attention to it. I'll describe it for people who are just listening. Take a look. Okay, so the police account said something about the shooting, and then we now have video to compare it to, and the two stories don't match. The police officers supposedly were responding to a 911 call, went to the park, saw Tamir take what they thought was a pistol from a table under a gazebo in the park and stuff it in his waistband. Police said that the boy was sitting with a group at the time. Police also said that they told Tamir to raise his hands 3 times and that that's when he reached for what they thought was a real pistol and they shot him. The video shows a completely different situation. Police showed up in a police cruiser. They pull right up to the gazebo where Tamir Rice is sitting. Tamir Rice is by himself. He's sitting there and you can observe him on video completely alone, sitting at a gazebo picnic table, no group of people. The amount of time that it takes for the police officers to draw their guns and start shooting at Tamir simply would not allow for 3 times asking that Tamir put his hands up, for Tamir then to ignore that, supposedly try to go for this gun and start waving it, and then for police to shoot him. This happens in just mere seconds. The car rolls up, police get out and start shooting. So video. We've talked about police video. We've talked about how important it is to push police departments to wear their cameras, their body-mounted cameras. And the problem, as we've talked about, is that many times when there is an allegation that police have acted improperly, the video that would show us exactly what happened, it was lost, it was deleted. The camera happened to be having technical issues at that time, so we just didn't get that video recorded. We're lucky enough in this case that we have video that was not police video, but just a local security camera that was there. And we see that just about every single element of the police version of the story does not match the video. What would we know about the Michael Brown case if we had more extensive video? Could be from police and it could be from local cameras. What would we have been able to see? Would we have gotten that indictment of Officer Darren Wilson? We seem to have very specific reason here in this case to be really, really outraged, yet we're not seeing the same level of outrage that we saw around Darren Wilson and Michael Brown. I hope more people will become aware of what happened here and will continue to get information from the police about how they explain these obvious discrepancies.